first generation immigrant, came here as a baby. So I was born in Ukraine, and I immigrated to upstate New York when I was 2 years old. For nearly 30 years, I never saw my family again until last week, when me and my wife went to Europe and reunited with them. These were the same people that held me as a baby, now seeing me 27 years later, and it really hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, these relatives had left Ukraine shortly before the war started, and they told me something really interesting about the war that stood out to me. They told me that even though it's been several years since the war started, there are still some Ukrainians who choose not to leave, even though they have the opportunity to. They'll have a bomb explode right near their house and they won't even move because they're so familiar with it. They've become comfortable within the chaos. Now, I know what I just mentioned is an extreme example, but hear me out for a second. How many of us act the same way within our own lives? How many of us have grown so familiar with things that hurt us that even though we have opportunities to create distance, we choose not to because we've grown comfortable within our own captivity? Before I gave my life to Jesus, I was the scum of the earth. I was involved in activities that destroyed lives, and I treated it like it was nothing. And it got to the point where I preferred the negativity because it was familiar when love was foreign to me. Now, I sit here today as a man who has seen many of his own friends die and has walked through the fire and the flood just to get to this point today. And I'm here to tell you that Jesus is so much realer than you can ever imagine. This is deeper than rituals, tradition, or the religious practices of man. This is God with us, that the creator of the entire universe became a human being and lived among us and lived a perfect life and died for us, paying the cost for our souls. That if you believe in him, you can have eternal life. And why did he do it? Why did he die for mankind when his own people were the ones who brought him in to die? When even today, much of mankind hates God. The same air that he blesses people with will be used to curse him in the same breath. So why did he do it? What is the purpose? What is the point of it all? And the answer is love. And love is not just an emotion. It can be accompanied by them, but it should not be driven by them because there will come days where the emotion won't be there. Love is an active choice that you make daily. When Jesus was on the cross and he was saying, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," he made an active choice to love even his enemies while they weren't sorry and they were literally in the process of killing him. Nowadays, what I see a lot is people trying to drive out hatred with more hatred. People try to get the same tactics of their oppressor and use it against them. But Jesus had one of the biggest movements of all time, and he never started a war. He never conquered land or oppressed anyone. He showed us all what real love was, and he laid down his life doing it. And this is what it all comes down to. Jesus is God, and God is love. Do not turn away from the realest thing known to man, because forget tomorrow, the next hour is not promised to you. Today is the day of salvation, and if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart.